Hi, welcome to Fat Burning Yoga. I'm Sarah Ivanhoe. I've created this energized and movement-oriented yoga program to burn calories, increase flexibility, and give your body that strong, lean, and fit look. The routine is safe, it's easy to follow, and fun. My philosophy is that if it isn't fun, you won't do it. And the only way to burn fat is to do it, and do it, and do it. Here's some tips before starting. Always practice on a non-slip surface in your bare feet. Wear comfortable workout clothes. As with any fitness program, practice at your own pace. And lastly, be aware of your breathing. The breathing in yoga goes both in and out through your nose, creating a soft, hollow sound. The quality of your breath directly affects your movement, so keeping the flow of breath smooth and even is a priority. Before we get started, I want to introduce you to my friend Natasha. She'll be doing modifications of the sequence. So if you need a little easier routine, you just follow her. So we're going to start in mountain pose. Your feet are hips width apart and parallel. Your low belly goes in and your tailbone drops down. The chest lifts up while the shoulders stay relaxed. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, bring the palms together at your heart. Sweep the arms up as you inhale, and then sweep them down as you exhale. Real simple, just to get you breathing and moving. Inhale, sweep the arms up, press the palms together, and exhale, release the hands down. As you sweep the arms up, keep that low belly in and the tailbone down. Exhale, release them. Sweep the arms up as you inhale, look up at your hands and stretch. Exhale, release the hands down. Last one, sweep the arms up, big breath in, exhale, palms come together at your heart. Now we're adding on. Sweep the arms up as you inhale, and then we're gonna fold forward, all the way down. Again, for an easier version, keep your eyes on Natasha. Halfway up, look forward, pull your chest forward. On the exhale, top of the head towards the floor. Arms out to the sides, lead with the chest, come all the way up. Look up at your hands, and then exhale, release the palms together. We're gonna do 4 more just like that. Sweep the arms up, inhaling, and exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive, fold. Look forward, stretch the chest forward on the inhale. Exhale, fold deeply, arms out to the sides. As you come up, the belly goes in, tailbone down. Exhale, release. Lots of breath through the nose, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, offering the heart. Exhale, bow the head all the way up. Inhale. Exhale. This is the last one, so really make it count. Big breath in. Remember, this breath is going to get your blood oxygenated. Getting the blood moving is the best way to burn those calories. All the way up, look up at the hands, and exhale. And from here, interlace your fingers behind your back. Take a big lift into the chest, and then hinge at the hips, fold forward, take the hands towards the floor in front of you. Now, even though I'm pretty flexible here, I still like to keep a nice deep bend in my knees. It just feels nicer on my back. Keep breathing. And then just turn your head from side to side a couple times so that you know your head and neck is relaxed. From here, bend your knees a lot. Sit your hips down to the floor. Unhook your hands, circle them forward and up, and come into the chair pose. Now, all of us here are doing our best to sit down deeply to get our thighs parallel to the floor. But you just work at your own pace. Your belly stays in to support your low back, and then press down through your heels to come all the way up to standing and release the hands. We're going to put those movements together into a flowing series. Again, main thing is breath, okay? Interlace your fingers behind your back. Inhale, you lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees, drop your hips, circle the arms up. As you inhale, exhale up to standing. Keep exhaling as you interlace the fingers behind you. Inhale, you lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, drop your butt, circle the arms up. Inhale to chair pose. Exhale, up to standing, and bring the hands behind you. Inhale, clear out your lungs, and exhale, fold. Bend your knees, circle the arms up. Inhale into those fingertips. Exhale, up to standing. This is the last one. Inhale, you lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, circle the arms up. Inhale, chair pose. All the way up to standing. This time, bring the hands to your hips. Take a nice big inhale into the chest, and as you exhale, fold forward. Place your hands on the floor, shoulders distance apart, and step your feet back 4 to 5 feet, taking your hips up to the ceiling. This is what we call the downward facing dog position, and I know that's sort of a funny name, but a lot of poses in yoga are named after animals. So here in downward dog, take a couple of really deep breaths. Now we're going to start our series of lunges, and the way we begin is by stepping the right foot all the way up to the hands and bringing your left knee to the floor. If the right foot didn't make it right away, just grab onto it and give it a nice graceful clunk forward. Sink your hips forward and down, and then place both hands onto the front thigh and take your chest up. Either stay here or circle your arms up, palms pressed together, and look up. The idea is that the arms reach the body up off the floor so you get tall, but sit down a little deeper. Take a nice deep breath in, and then as you exhale, release the hands down to the floor and step back to downward facing dog. We're going to go right to the other side, so step the left foot up to your hands, right knee to the floor, and if your knee is sensitive, feel free to put a towel or a cushion under it. Put both hands onto the front thigh, and then circle your arms up. One nice trick that my friend Natasha here taught me is that if you take the front heel and you kick the floor down and away, not only does it strengthen the muscles in your legs, but it helps the low belly to go in and therefore stabilize the low back. So look up at your hands, take a big inhale, and on the exhale, hands to the floor and step back to plank pose, top of a push-up position. So in plank pose, your body is in a straight line. Your belly goes up, your thighs go up, but your tailbone goes down. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, lower yourself to the floor. Uncurl your toes, push the tops of the feet down, and take your tailbone down. Start to bring your head and your chest up, and for this first back bend, don't use your hands. Just use the muscles in your back so they start to get warm. Drop the chin down slightly so the neck is relaxed. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, release the body down. Hands under the shoulders, curl your toes under, and press back to downward facing dog. This is a pose we do a lot, so you want to start getting used to it. Now we're going to repeat the same lunges, but a little bit faster this time. Okay, so start by taking the right foot up to your hands, left knee to the floor. Sink the hips down, circle the arms up. Take a big breath in, look up, palms press. Exhale, release your hands down, stepping back to downward facing dog. Right away, side two, left foot, steps to your hands, right knee to the floor, circle the arms up and reach. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back to plank pose, top of a push-up position. In plank pose, when we lower the body down, we want to keep the elbows hugged in. So as we lower, slowly lower down elbows, hug in tightly all the way down. Uncurl your toes, and then this time we're going to come halfway up in the back bend. So halfway up, keep your elbows hugged in, your shoulders shrugged back. You're warming up just a little, go as far as is comfortable. Big breath in, exhale, slowly lower your body down. Back to downward facing dog. Heels pressed down, thighs pressed back. So now we're going to step things up a notch. Take the right foot all the way up to your hands. This time, stay balanced on your back toes and keep your back legs squeezing very straight. Put both hands on top of your front thigh and take your body up. So this is already a big challenge right here. Either stay here or circle your arms up, press the palms together. The idea is to look up and use your arms to pull the body up, but sit down a little bit deeper. Reach up, get taller, but sit deeper. Big inhale, exhale, hands to the floor, right back to downward facing dog. Yeah, that's a challenge, that's a hard one. Left foot steps up to your hands, sink your hips down. Put the hands on top of the front thigh and circle the arms up. Now what's a big challenge here is to get your back leg squeezing very straight, but it's going to really open the hips. So squeeze your back leg straight, get a little taller, big inhale, and exhale, hands to the floor, step back to plank pose, top of a push-up. Look forward, pull your heart forward, big breath in, and exhale, slowly lower yourself down. Uncurl the toes, feet push down, tailbone goes down. Now we're going to take the cobra pose. So begin to press through the hands and take your body up, up, up. So that your arms are almost straight, but not. Keep them just a little bit bent. Hug the elbows in, poof your chest up, and if it's comfortable, look up. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, release the body down, and you guessed it, back to downward facing dog. Nice deep breaths through your nose. So we're going to head into a series of twisting lunges now, and we start by stepping the right foot all the way up to your hands and bringing the left knee to the floor. Sink the hips down and circle your arms all the way up. Bring the palms together, and then bring them to your heart and take the twist. Left elbow to the right knee. Now at this point, the tendency is for your hips to shrink back away from the floor. If you can, sit the hips down deeply, but reach the chest up. Take a nice big inhale, and as you exhale, bring the hands to the floor and step back to downward facing dog. So we'll get that on the other side. Step the left foot all the way up to your hands, bring the right knee down. Circle the arms up, palms come together at your heart, and take the twist. Hips sink down and the chest goes up. Now twists are really good for digestion. You can really wring yourself out here. Take a nice big inhale, and then as you exhale, hands to the floor and step back to plank pose, top of a push-up position. Strong thighs, look forward, inhale, and slowly lower yourself down to the floor. So we're heading into a new series of back bends here, and back bends help to stimulate the adrenal glands, which really get your metabolism going. So interlace your fingers behind your back, lift your feet up, lift your thighs up, your chest goes up, head goes up, and your hands and your arms go up. Drop your chin down just a little bit so the back of your neck is soft. Take a nice big inhale, and exhale, release your body down. Place your hands under your shoulders and push back to downward facing dog. Now we'll step it up a notch. Step your right foot all the way up to your hands. Stay balanced on your back toes this time, keeping your back leg straight. Circle your arms all the way up over your head, palms press, then bring the palms together at your heart and twist the left elbow to the right knee. Now it's a little bit difficult to balance in this twist sometimes, so I recommend looking at the floor. That's going to make you nice and sturdy, but if you want more of a challenge, look up over your shoulder. Take a nice big inhale, and on the exhale, hands to the floor. Step back to downward facing dog, our favorite pose. Side two, left foot steps all the way to your hands. Sink your hips down, circle the arms up. Inhale, palms come together, and twist. Now to help you with twisting, use your top hand to push down, and that's going to help your chest to go up, 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 and get a nice deep twist. Big breath in, And exhale, hands to the floor and step back to plank pose, top of a push-up. Now the slower you lower your body, the harder your arms have to work, so that'll help you really build strength. Uncurl your toes, and this time put your arms down by your sides. Bend your knees and reach the bottoms of the feet to the ceiling, flexing your feet. Push the feet to the ceiling 1 inch, then take your head up, chest up, and your shoulders back. Now, I don't go very far up in this pose. It's a really hard one, so just do the best you can. Take a nice breath in, and exhale, release your body down. Hands under the shoulders, push back to downward facing dog. Okay, so now we've got a nice series coming up. Step the right foot all the way up to your hands, left knee to the floor, sink your hips down, circle the arms up, palms touch, bring the palms together at your heart, and take the twist. Now this is stage 1 of the twist. To move into stage 2, take your left hand to the floor on the outside of the foot and take the right hand to the ceiling. So arms are in stage 2. To move to stage 3, squeeze your back leg straight. Now this is a deep twist, so please do work at your own pace. In yoga, make sure to get the breath in always. Deep inhale. On the exhale, bring your hands to the floor, step back to downward facing dog. Okay, we got to get that whole thing on the other side. So step your left foot all the way up to your hands, right knee to the floor, sink the hips down, circle your arms up. Palms come together and twist. Stage 1 is here. Move to stage 2 by taking one hand down and the other hand up. Stretch your hands away from each other and squeeze your back leg straight. Feel free to do any little scooching around that you need to do. Get yourself in a comfortable spot. This is supposed to feel good. Take a nice big inhale, and on the exhale, hands to the floor, and step back to our last plank pose, last one. Firm your thighs, take a big breath in, and slowly lower yourself down. This is our biggest back bend coming up. So bend your knees, reach around and grab the outsides of your feet. Belly goes in, tailbone down, and then lift yourself up to the bow pose. Your feet shoot up to the ceiling, chest goes up, and the feet are gonna pull your body back. So look up and reach up, and exhale, release yourself down. Good, that's a lot of work. Hands under the shoulders, press back to downward facing dog. Now, of course, your breath is sped up here. That's normal, we've been working really hard. The main thing is that your breath is smooth and even. So in downward facing dog, it's always nice to check yourself out once in a while. So have a look at your hands. Make sure that the fingers are spread wide and they're pointing forward, and the arms are super straight, helping you to push up and back with the hips. We're gonna take both feet up to your hands now. So give them a big step, both feet all the way up. Look forward, take your heart forward on the inhale. As you exhale, top of the head towards the floor. Then bend your knees, sit down, circle your arms up for chair pose. Sit down really deeply and then press through the heels, come all the way up to standing. Good, release the hands together at your heart. Now we're gonna move into some standing poses now that are really going to build muscles and tone your whole body. Take a big step back with your left foot. Big step is about 4 to 5 feet, always a little wider than you think you need. Now the right toes are gonna turn out to the right so that they point straight ahead. And when you turn the toes, make sure that the knee and the thigh gets pointed straight ahead as well. Your back foot gets pigeon-toed, so turn that in. Outside of your back foot, push it down. Back leg, squeeze it super straight and strong. Sweep the arms up, out to the sides. Take a nice deep breath in, and on the exhale, hinge at your hips and take your hand down wherever it reaches on the leg, to the foot, to the floor, wherever feels good to you. Then take your chest up, look up, and breathe. So this is called the triangle pose. And what's really nice is to press down through your feet. It's going to help to strengthen your legs. Take a deep breath in and let it out fully. On the inhale, press down through the feet to come all the way up to standing. Keep your arms out to the sides for a little extra strength building, and switch sides with your feet. So turn your right toes in and your left toes out. Nice big inhale into the fingertips. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Left hand goes down, right hand goes up. The tendency here is for your tailbone to sort of stick out the back. So if your butt's sticking out the back, keep that tailbone going under. Belly is in. Your chest rotates up and the shoulders away from your ears. If you can, look up at your hand, stretch way up, and then pressing down through the feet, come all the way up to standing. Bring the palms together at your heart. Okay, we're going to go back to side one. So right toes turn out, left toes turn in. Take the arms out to the sides, get your body very tall, and this time bend your front knee. Don't lean forward at all, just get very tall. Sit down deeply. It's a tendency for your knee to flop in a little bit here, so use the muscles in your leg to keep the leg straight. Keep the breath happening, and then push that front leg all the way straight. Keeping the arms up, switch sides with the feet. Right toes in, and the left toes out. Nice big inhale into your fingertips. On the exhale, bend the front knee. So this is called the warrior pose. And in the warrior pose, you want to be aware of the whole middle part of your body. So this low belly, everything below your belly button, goes in as your tailbone drops down. Your chest lifts, but keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Okay, that's long enough. Press that front leg straight and release the palms together at your heart. Go back to side one. Now we're going to put those two poses together into one of my favorite poses called the side stretch pose. Inhale the arms out to the sides. On the exhale, bend your front knee and lean forward, reaching your hand to the floor on the inside of the foot. Take the other hand up to the ceiling. Now, if you want to, you can do the modified version. Just keep your eyes on Natasha. I always prefer to stay on my fingertips like this. I feel like it gives me a little extra lift in the shoulders. I use that bottom shoulder to guide my knees straight. Take the chest up to the ceiling if you can. Look up at your hand. Breathe. And then come all the way up to standing. That's right. Keep the arms up and switch sides. Nice big inhale. On the exhale, side stretch pose. Really want to be working your back leg in side stretch pose. So outside of your back foot, push it down. Back leg, squeeze it straight and strong. Remember, it's your anchor. Breath goes in, look up and reach way up. And then come all the way up to standing. Now keep your arms up here. We're going to bring both feet back to the front of the mat and our palms together at our hearts. So take a nice big inhale. On the exhale, step all the way up. Great. So now we're going to be putting those poses together into a flowing series. And right now we've just worked a lot of details, and when we work a flow, it's all about breathing and moving together. So don't worry about getting the poses right, just breathe and move. Okay, here we go. Bend your knees, drop your hands, circle the arms up. Inhale to chair pose. Exhale, hands to the floor, straighten the legs. Look forward, heart forward. You inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back to downward facing dog. Press your heels down and take a couple of deep breaths here. Okay, so now we're going to put it together in the flow series. And again, this moves quickly, so just keep breathing. Okay, so here we go. Right foot, step it up to your hands. Left foot flat, side stretch pose. Inhale. Exhale fully. And on the inhale, come up to warrior. Exhale fully. On the inhale, push that leg straight. Keep inhaling. Exhale, hinge at the hips, triangle pose. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, hands to the floor, and step back to downward facing dog. So again, when you're flowing in yoga, it's not a time to try to get perfection. It's a time to get into the feeling of yoga. It's a time to get into your breathing. Okay, so here we go, side two, nice big inhale. And on the exhale, left foot steps up to your hands, side stretch pose. Keep inhaling, exhale fully. On the inhale, warrior. Exhale fully as you sit deeply. Inhale to come up. Keep inhaling to the fingertips. Exhale, hinge and triangle pose. Look up at your hand. Inhale. On the exhale, hands to the floor. And step back to downward facing dog. Now this is our last downward dog, so really make the most of it. Get your hips way up to the ceiling, your heels pressed towards the floor. Get a nice, good stretch. Okay, and on the exhale, bring your knees to the floor. Sit your hips back on your heels, and we're gonna rest in child's pose. So take your head to the floor and come back to your breath. Okay, so here we are in child's pose. Take a nice deep breath and then slowly roll up to sitting. I think with all that movement, we've burned a lot of calories. So go ahead and sit to the side and take your legs out in front of you. Feet on the floor with your knees up. Now we're gonna head into our abdominal sequence here. We're gonna do a lot of poses that strengthen and tone your midsection. And the main thing to keep in mind about doing abdominals in yoga is to breathe at all times, full deep breaths, okay? So sit nice and tall. Begin to slightly lean back. And as you lean back, you'll be able to pick your feet up off the floor. Now, if you'd like, you can just hold it here like Natasha's going to be doing. Or if you'd like a little more challenge, go ahead and squeeze your legs straight. Even more of a challenge, reach your arms forward. This is called the boat pose, and obviously a good abdominal strengthener and a good leg strengthener as well. So give your toes a little wiggle so you know you have some energy in your feet. And then slowly release your feet to the floor. Feet are hips distance apart, knees are straight. Put your hands under your shoulders. Fingers pointing in towards you and fingers spread. Push down through your heels and take your hips up to the ceiling. As you push your heels down, your hips can go up, up, up. The chest opens, and if it's comfortable, let your head dunk back. Big breath in, and then slowly release yourself down. We're gonna go right back into boat pose. So lift the legs up, straighten them, and if you can, reach your arms up. It's important to have strong abdominal muscles, not just because it looks good, but because it also helps to stabilize your back. And we all need to have a healthy back. So that's good incentive. Keep the chest lifting up, nice big breath in, and then release your feet down. We're gonna go right back into the same pose, hands under your shoulders. This is called the four-legged table position. Heels push down to take your hips up to the ceiling. Now this four-legged table pose is one of my favorite back bends because it really gets the heart to open and it gives me a chance to clear out the lungs. So do that with your breath now. Take huge breaths, clear out the lungs. And then keep your abdominal muscles engaged so that you can lower yourself down slowly. We're going back into our last boat pose. Bring the legs up and the arms up. We want to challenge ourselves in yoga, but we never want to be straining. So if you think you're straining, you're taking your shoulders up, try to keep the shoulders relaxed. The jaw is soft, maybe even a little smile is good. Okay? And then bring the feet to the floor and place your hands under the shoulders. Now you can either repeat what we just did, which is what Natasha will be doing, or we're going to give you the option of stepping things up a bit. bring your feet together, your legs together, and take your feet a little further out in front of you. This is going to be called the reverse plank position. Okay, so press down through the heels and with straight legs, come all the way up. Now the challenge here is to roll your thighs in. Try to get the toes to the floor as you take your hips up, chest up, a huge deep breath, and then slowly release down. Bring your knees into your chest, sit nice and tall, and take a couple of really deep breaths. Okay, so take one last deep breath here. Now we're going to move into some more specific abdominal work. And some of this may look familiar to you. Again, what makes it yoga is the addition of the breath. So we're all going to turn to our sides, and I recommend you join us. And then come onto your backs. We're going to start by interlacing our fingers underneath our head and bringing our knees into our chest. Now this is going to be the starting position. This will be an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to take your back shoulder to your front knee and straighten that back leg towards the floor. You'll inhale to come back to the starting position, and then as you exhale, you'll get the other side, and that bottom foot should be about 2 inches above the floor only. And come back to starting position. So that's one. We're going to do 4 more up to speed. Inhale here, and exhale, shoulder to knee. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Really keep that breath flowing. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, careful not to cram the neck. Exhale. Inhale, and exhale. This is the last round, so really breathe in and out and in. Last side, out, and then hug your knees into your chest and rock them around. Great. Now, you can either repeat what we just did, which is what Natasha's going to be doing, or if you want, you have the option of stepping things up a notch. So start again by interlacing your fingers underneath your head. This time, press your feet to the ceiling. Try to get the legs really straight. Again, the inhale will be here, and as we exhale, we'll take the back shoulder to the front leg, dropping the back leg towards the floor. On the inhale, come back to starting position, and then as you exhale, you'll get the other side, taking the bottom foot 2 inches above the floor. Inhale to come up, and up to speed. Exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Breath comes in, and out, and in. Keep the jaw soft. Out. Big inhale, and exhale. Keep those legs working straight. Inhale, and exhale, and inhale. Last round. Exhale. Breath in, and big breath out. And then hug your knees in and rock them around. Rock yourself all the way up to sitting. Turn yourself straight. And just sit with your legs crossed comfortably and sit tall. Feel your belly nice and strong so that you're centered. And take a couple of really deep breaths. Now we're going to do some poses to stretch out the areas that we've just worked. It's really important to cool down your body after a strong workout so that you can get balanced and rejuvenated. So the way we'll start is by taking our whole right leg and bringing it over our left leg. We're going to try to get the feet out to the sides with the knees lined up, sitting right on your sit bones. If this doesn't feel possible for you, just follow Natasha and sit with your legs crossed comfortably. Place your hands on the floor in front of you. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, begin to walk your body as far as is comfortable. This is called the cow pose. And it's one of my favorite stretches because it really gets into the hips, which is the area that we've just worked. Again, it doesn't matter how far down you go. What does matter is that you're breathing fully, smooth, and even. That smooth breath is soothing to the nervous system. Okay, take a last deep breath here, and then slowly walk your body all the way up to sitting. So we're going to get that on the other side. Put your hands back behind you, lean back, pick your legs up off the floor, and in the air, uncross them and then recross them the other way. Again, feet go out to the sides, knees are in line, and feel free to scooch around and do what you need to do so that you know that you're in a comfortable position. This yoga is supposed to feel good. Put your hands on the floor, nice big breath in, and then exhale, begin to walk yourself down. One thing that's going to help the body to open is to relax the jaw, relax the shoulders. Keeping all of those areas relaxed will encourage your hips and thighs to relax as well. Last full breath through your nose, and then slowly walk yourself all the way up to sitting. Great. Now we're going to take our legs all the way out to the sides. Now when I say all the way, I don't mean that they actually have to go all the way. I just mean you're all the way for right now. The important thing is that you do keep your feet flexed and press the thighs into the floor. That's going to help to strengthen your legs and protect your knees. So put the hands on the floor in front of you. Take a nice deep breath in. And then as you exhale, begin to walk yourself forward. Again, just as far as is comfortable to you. Full breaths in and out through your nose, helping to slow the body down. Take a last deep breath here, and then slowly walk your body back up to sitting. Go ahead and bring your knees into your chest and rock them around. Now, we're going to head into what's called the final relaxation pose. So I'm going to have all of you lie down onto your backs and stretch your legs out. I'm going to stay sitting and take you through the relaxation pose. And it's important to do because it gives you a chance to rejuvenate and recharge your body. So both the legs and the feet flop open and give your toes a little wiggle so you know they're nice and relaxed. Take your arms out to the sides with the palms facing up. Shrug your shoulders down away from your ears and give your fingers a little wiggle. Allow the jaw to soften and the eyes to close. Begin to slow the breathing down, taking deep, smooth breaths. Now, every time we inhale, the body gets recharged, and every time we exhale, the body gets relaxed. So, inhale to recharge, and exhale to relax. Okay, so keeping your eyes closed, begin to come back by wiggling your fingers and toes. Stretch your arms up over your head and bring your knees into your chest. Slowly roll to your right side. Use your hands to press yourself up to sitting with your legs crossed comfortably. Sit up nice and tall with your eyes still closed. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Know that you've just worked very hard. You've built muscles, you've accelerated your heart rate, which has burned calories and therefore burned a lot of fat. These things are good and important. More important, however, is how you treat your body and how you feel about your body. Self-acceptance, in my opinion, is the highest practice in yoga. So open your eyes and bring the palms together at your heart. The light in me salutes the light in you. Namaste.